to go and play a bit of Dota 2. We'll see how it starts. Game 1 begins. A little worried for Tidebound, though. You know, you're talking about the difficulties they might face. I'm also looking at, you know, in the laning stage in early game to kind of find kills or stop this Primal Beast from doing stuff. And we also have to look at like multiple stages of the game in terms of their damage dealing into Axe's auras. Like when Axe gets piped, that's also a pretty big hill to climb.
Yeah, pipe fully breaks Tidebound.
Yeah,
the damage type of Tidebound in the early game is only magical, pretty much, right? So an early glimmer on a warlock, the escape act from a ringmaster, a pipe on the axe. These are the small little things that will just further make sure Primal or Ursa can play into the fight with only a blink dagger without the BKBs. And this is for Tidebound to win this game. It is just going to be a demonstration of really, really good discipline. That's why Face checks 3 heroes.
Hello. Throws out a blast. Good bushwhack and Orb in there from the puck. Batchuk's got the heal on him, so he's going to be okay. Just a little hello, how you doing in that top jungle. How does this work with the bounty runes then? Because Tidebound are there on the top rune with Moonlight arriving, but another good bushwhack from Planet will hold them back. Ooh. And Tidebound get 3 of the bounties, with the 4th one still also open for the puck to come and grab. There's all of them. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, 4 bounty runes. Whew. That's a pretty good little good start for Tidebound. Look at that. Look at the graph. That's just whoop. Tidebound done it. They won. Congratulations. I mean, this is going to help a lot, right?
It's a straight line. Yeah, it's definitely going to help them out.
Yep.
A puck against Primal. I don't know how this lane is even going to go. Puck is pretty slippery and annoying, but Primal does a lot of damage. And Echoes gets taken down to, what, 200 health from 1 trample.
Yeah, it feels like the fact that Puck even got a full trample on his face is already a misplay for the lane. Yeah. I'm no mid laner, but I feel like any other mid laner right now would look at that and go, that feels quite illegal. So hopefully for Echo's sake, he can ensure he doesn't get trampled again by a Primal.
Not ideal. And down at bottom, Cracker with Crystallize. Ursa 3 and 1. Early days, new Centaur 3 and 2. Gonna have an okay time at the start of this lane. And you said with the Hoodwink there, it might be difficult to chase with the Ursa into the Centaur. But I like the fact that this Warlock is just cutting all of the trees in the middle of that lane, so there isn't a place for the Hoodwink to play into.
Yeah, they're trying to stop the Hoodwink from utilizing his innate, of course, having the free tree to pushback on. I think it's just a really nice thing to do against Hoodwink. So yeah, just heads up play from them.
Crystallizes Quelling Blade getting some full effectiveness.
I was hoping it would be the double Quell start. Like, remember the old days when you play against like Treant Protector, and then you have the pos 5 and carry, they run to the lane before the rune spawn, like they guys quickly cut the trees coming, you know.
You would like specifically pick Batrider against it to go firefly the tree line as well.
Oh, I miss those days. I feel like we don't really have any like crazy like level 1 concepts really. It's always like play for the bounty, you might get 2 for 2, you go to lane. Like we saw OG yesterday put the axe in like an early tri lane where they go for a first blood, he then TP'd. Like we have signs of something, but we don't have really fun level 1 strategies anymore. Where's the Roshans? Where's all these lane setups? It's all gone.
Yeah, it's so risky. Like the last big one I remember was, I mean, it was years ago. It must have been when Matu was still in Liquid. So we're talking like 6-7 years ago, whatever that was. They did that level 1 tower strat with Lone Druid, Abaddon, Pugna, whatever it was. Yeah, they just went for the mid-tier one. That was such a good one. Because we even used to have, like, when Broodmother was very popular as a first pick, we used to have the Brood planting webs to pretend to go to a lane. Like, you would pick Brood and then go off lane, plant web, and fake it. Is Shiro dying here? He is. And Planet gets first blood on the opposing lane. They've lost the Medusa just with damage over time from the dagger and the battle hunger.
That is not ideal. We want Shiro to have, I say we want, as if there's any bias here, for Tidebound's sake, they gotta have to ensure Shiro has farm, but getting run down by a Ringmaster and Nax, and then even Ringmaster getting the kill, a
And the
courier
courier.
as well. Whew.
Oh, QBFY is popping off. And then what, deny himself to the tower?
Yep, very clean.
Very nicely done.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, a little bit of happiness for Tidebound with that first blood kill. Take down the Warlock. Suddenly turns sour very quickly. They will gather both the water runes, though, so they shut down the Primal Beast a little bit. We're already devolving into a mad, chaotic game. Yeah, Wise going for it. Can't finish off Batyuk, though, with a Lotus and a Wand. I think they're healing him back all the way back up to about third.
And for both of the offlaners in this game, it's just the race to the Helm of Dom, right? Both Centaur and Axe want to go for this item. Pugna, though... Oh, I looked away for a second. He just died.
Yeah, I mean,
He just
Shiro's
got-
looking...
Dude, why was very aggressive. Like, we just saw how he... Oh, Shiro!
Shiro's just dead.
Yeah.
He's looking a little worse for wear. Getting whittled down, all of his mana pool's gone, and then Moonlight... So Moonlight lost the runes, went to regen, comes up top, gets another kill on the carry. The tempo from Passion already building up very quickly.
So Wise having to do the walk back to base, walk back to lane, sorry. Shiro luckily does have a TP, but Moonlight, he's still in the area, and Shiro, he TP to the tower. They know that Pugna doesn't have a TP. He's gonna die for a
Let's go for him
third time,
again.
potentially?
Oh, this is really, really rough. Ah, I mean, Shiro's just dead here. Pops a few heals, can Planet save the day? Turn around, kill off Batyuk. Now Moonlight's in trouble with Echo's rotation. Shiro has barely survived. They couldn't finish off the Medusa. I get the 2 core kills. Finally, some signs of life from Tidebound.
That looked like it could be an absolute devastation for Tidebound. Especially what had happened if, let's say, Warlock or Ursa had used a Twin Gate there. Knowing that Shiro could TP in, Pugna couldn't. Like, what if Passion brought 4 heroes to that fight, and then they kill Shiro for a third time? Like, Shiro has to be so careful. Like, the early game needs to be flawless from him, and it is... Oh, he is so lucky that he was able to survive there.
It's still not easy. It's still not over. Like, mana pool's pretty low for Shiro. A few battle hungers coming his way, and another rotation from Primal could secure his demise. As QBFY gonna get run at by the Puck and the Hoodwink. I'm trying to guard that 6-minute rune. One Cracker made a wander over here as well. It's incredible how quickly lane phase can just break down completely. Everyone's scrambling, trying to right the ship as things start toppling over.
It's the treat of a good, I think, Primal Beast player. They know exactly when to push the wave and find that teleport, right? Like, if you teleport, don't get a kill, you've wasted, what, an entire creep wave mid, you're out of place on the map. It feels really bad, but you know how to make the rotations. It feels just flawless. Thing is, though, Moonlight, he does rotate to bot lane. He has walked over a Dire ward, so Nu should be aware that the 7-minute rune is going to be heavily contested.
And New gets a good stomp down. On to 2 with a pushback follow. There's a 3v2 here as Passion didn't bring the numbers. Now the Primal Beast, though, will arrive. Stampede's too late, but they trade out Crystallize for the Centaur. While the Shrine, one for Cracker, one for New. Pulverized towards the Pugna now, cancelled out by the Bushwhack. Y and Planet gonna kill Moonlight here with a Blood Grenade and a few more clicks. They absolutely can. And QBFY might get run down as well, with Hoodwink having spells back up momentarily. Yeah, not going to go follow through on it. And signs of life from Tidebound here, really waking up and answering Passion's questions. And this Primal Beast has started falling tremendously behind with a couple of failed rotations now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Tidebound, they just had the good vision to know that the move was coming in, so they, like, it wasn't like oh wow, they're contesting. It's like you had about 15 seconds of time for Tidebound to just breathe, understand the situation, bring in the heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And as much as I praise the Primal Beast for the top rotation, we just saw how the rotation, when it doesn't really work out on bot side, how you can kind of both trades. And the mid tower falls.
No deny. So now aim of the game for Passion. Yeah, get Helm creeps going, start dragging waves, get crystallized with his Battle Fury. It feels like the wind has been knocked out of their sails a little bit, which plays into Tidebound's draft, plays into their hands really well. They're the ones who want to farm. They're the ones who want to delay things out a little bit to hit this Medusa timing. If they're not being run at, if Passion are kind of scared for the next 5 or 6 minutes, that's, oh my god, the Helm recipe. Crystallize just finds it somehow.
That's actually, I don't want to say I don't say game breaking, but it honestly is. like not having your Helm for like 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes where you can start dragging 2-3 waves together. You're farming the jungle. It's just efficiency. So much efficiency. It's not the end of the day.
I've got some hats. I've got a helm and a crown. I mean, what am I going to do with this as a centaur?
Not enough. Oh, nice little courier bug.
What a floating sheep, yeah.
Yeah.
Passion looking at Shiro again. Try and take his mana pool down a little bit.
Interesting spot from QBFY there. That was a... He just hates that creep wave.
Yeah, I'm supposed to die. So what are we? 1800 to blink on Moonlight, so that's going to be a long time coming. Echo is well on his way to the Witchblade. Already has the Knuckles. And a 10-minute rune, an Arcane, grabbed up by the puck under the nose of the Primal. And Moonlight, who went for that aggressive play to try and kill Echoes rather than just going for the rune, is going to die for it. Stampede over the top. The escape act try and get this Primal out of danger, but Planet is there, dominating now to secure the kill. Another bushwhack towards QBFY, and Wise rotation in from behind. The Wise TP, though, with no more stuns, will get him out safe and sound.
You can kind of feel the frustration from Passion, right? Like, after making the top move, which felt quite good, they've been met with a couple just weaker moves, right? Into the bot lane for the Wisdom, now in the river as well. Primal, 3 deaths to his name. Like, Warlock isn't level 6. QBFY hasn't really been able to connect on any of his rotations. He went top, just kind of press spells on a creep wave. Went mid, kind of just saw his Primal die. Like, between the Primal and the Ringmaster, it's not really as aggressive as you kind of expect from these heroes. Like I already mentioned, that just plays into Tidebound's hand. They now have a 4,000 gold lead. None of this kind of aggression that we was expecting from Passion UA is really kind of connecting. And Shiro, after a very spooky laning phase, does have 100 CS.
Yeah, closing on 6k net worth. And now we're kind of looking towards the big items on Passion. Pipe on Axe, that Battle Fury into Blink on Ursa. Kind of 7-8 minutes away.
Yeah, the Fury is gonna be completed probably around like 12.5 minutes. So it's a relatively good timing for him. I think the main concern is that means more farm after, right? And as you just said, for the Axe, it's like you buy the Dom, he now needs to buy an entire pipe to feel good. Yeah. It's not as if they buy one item and go, guys, let's go break Medusa. It's no. Because you didn't win the laning phase, you're playing backwards after your first item pickups.
Like, in particular, Primal, right? Like, if Primal has a spot on game, he's running with his supports, finding kills, or opening, carving the map open a bit for his team. Maybe even looking for tier 1 towers. But he's holding the wave mid while his supports are very reactive in this kind of one. You know, Warlock and Ringmaster aren't going to go out and do shit on their own. They are sit behind core supports for the most part. This is where Tidebound can just press forward. Don't allow you to sit on that wave. Get into the bottom jungle, boot Ursa out of there as well. With a 4k lead and the momentum for Tidebound, they can already start thinking about the Tormentor and Roshan blocking power they have to stop an Ursa lineup from getting there. By pushing this map out. And they're hunting for Crystallize right now.
Yeah. Can they find him? They're going for the wraparound. It does feel like they're all going to collide. Yeah.
Hello. And what can you do as Crystallize here? He's been completely wrapped around on. Well executed by Tidebound. They found a bit of a rhythm now. And Shiro's at this point where Medusa's kind of untouchable for a while. And to kill her off, you'll need to bring like 4 or 5 heroes. And it will still take a little bit.
I'm a little stumped with Passion. Like, I'm trying to see like what the players they have, and maybe with the Blink Dagger pickup on Primal Beast, the level 6 now available on Warlock, like, it's kind of feels like the make or break moment for them, where if they don't find a kill to give themselves something, they
That's
are
gonna be a good
killing
one.
her.
New
Ooh.
Stampede and Stomp on 3. Oh, has he broken free of them? Ah, Batu's gonna come across with a dunk. Whack down the Centaur. So they get something. What can they do after? Like, can we push tier 1 mid? It's literally full health.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can.
Drop the freaking rock on it. There we go.
That's it. We want to see some fight in your Passion, Yue. You know, you've been kind of sleeping at the wheel.
Very forward movement from Moonlight. Oh, but the onslaught stopped by the Dream Coil. Echoes is here. Try and find another core kill. It's a good escape act, but not good enough. Echo's Golem. Try and go and give the business to Echoes, but that's just free money for the puck. So minute 15, Manta style Medusa, ready to step up and join. Shiro says, hey, look at me.
Well, for Primal, of course, Primal into Puck. Puck is kind of a counter in regards to Coil, right? Stops you from moving around, kind of just get glued up. And Echoes has done a very good job of just following wherever Primal goes. He goes top, he TPs, he presses Coil. Moonlight goes aggressive mid, Echoes is there, I press Coil. And yeah, for Moonlight, just not really working out. Like, when you snap pick this Primal in the draft, like, I expected him to have like this read on the game. Like, if you want this hero, where you know in lane, in theory, Puck should just be quite comfortable. Like, you have to play with the confidence, and yeah, it's not really working out for him as of yet. Sure, now goes towards the triangle, farmed up the stacks.
Dire's middle tower
He is a couple components away from Butterfly. I say that sounds like he's quite close to it. He is quite fast, still was 4,000 gold, but
Another pick off as well up top for Tidebound, as long as they can finish it. Decrap into Life Drain isn't quite enough. A new trying to send a little boglet forward, but the QBFY barely surviving there.
oh yeah, did you see the little frog guy that got put on Reddit last night?
The little dancing bard frog, yeah.
No, it does look quite beautiful, but
I'm
it's so
excited.
small though. You have to really
he'll
like
grow.
really have to look into it. It will grow. Oh.
It's a grower.
Sorry,
but
what
not
do you
a
know?
shower.
Ah, okay. Do you have anything you want to tell the stream, Gareth, about the bard frog?
What about frogs?
Yeah,
Frogs
yeah,
are
speaking
incredible
with great
creatures.
confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, some frogs actually lay their eggs inside of flowers and leaves that collect water, and they've got a symbiotic relationship with the plants. So they can
Oh.
plant their little frog spawn, the plants protect them, and then the little froglets jump out and go to a river somewhere.
That's kind of hype. That sounds like a mini
Was that
game.
the
could be
information you
in
wanted?
Dota. Yeah, no, that's weirdly yes. Thank you. I didn't think I'd
Not
know
all
about
frogs, but
today.
there are species of frogs that have these little...
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know,
Today,
I'm fascinated when we have creatures that have symbiotic relationships with just like something that cannot, you know, they can't communicate with each other. It's just we grew up together kind of business.
It's kind of it's a mutual respect.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Looking at this
There's
gap,
it. Oh, hold up.
jump mid. Crystallize decided to join with a Primal Beast here. They initiated on New, but he's decrept and trying to break free with a Life Drain heal. He's barely surviving. Tidebound, they hold on to this tier 1 and they play aggressively with a Stampede forward. Echoes is allowed to open up on QBFY and scout Moonlight in the tree line. Golem dropped in by Cracker with a big Fatal Bonds. Turnaround potential, but Passion just out of gas completely. Moonlight has no spells. Batu can't really do too much. Even with the big Fatal Bonds there, the Ursa has just said, you know, hands off, I've got to go back to farming. Cannot join.
Radiant's middle tower.
Passion aren't connecting on the spells, right? How many times have they jumped the Centaur, but they've missed one stun, missed one spell, but they're going on to Hoodwink now. Big
Yeah,
Fatal
another big
Bonds.
Bonds. And get Planet and a fair amount of gold there coming through that Hoodwink kill. Did have a pretty nice streak. Yeah, like honestly, like overall, I'm looking at the 7K lead and thinking that's a pretty big deal. You know, Medusa's up at the top, a couple of thousand ahead. The cores on Passion aren't doing that badly. It feels like the gap here, kind of naturally occurring as the two supports are lagging behind.
I think the main problem is Passion's lack of net worth and the items they have is also kind of like wasted net worth, right? Because when you buy a pipe on an axe, you're buying pipe to push someone into a fight between minute 15 and like 24, let's say, right? That's your pipe window. After it, it kind of falls off. So now it's like all this gold he's bought is not getting used. They're not using pipe to kill anything. And then you got like the Ursuf, right? He's looking at just straight BKB. So he's looking for survival. There's no like big ticket. He's not going like the Basher into MKB, Satanic, where he's going to stand his ground, kill everything. Like my theories with Passion, like, it's quite deceptive. This net worth actually feels like it's 14, 15k down.
So you see this as like Passion are buying items for the here and now, but the present is already like quickly becoming the past, whereas Tidebound are investing in the future.
Exactly. I love the fact that you are my translator of analysis. It's great. I feel like in the last 3 days of casting with you, I've said like this has happened multiple times, and I'm like, you know what? I respect that, Gareth. I'm not very good at this
It's the only skill
thing.
I've got. I'm very good at taking Verbio's long wordy shit and then turning it into a little.
No, I like
sharp
it.
sentence. That's how my
No, this
brain
is
works.
helpful.
I need to try and understand it myself. In order for me to understand it, I've got to put it in simple terms as well.
But now I'm thinking, like, should I just be better at my job? Should I be doing what you're doing, right? Like, why?
No, listen, that's the big thing, right? When you're on panel, your job is to kind of fill the space, right?
Yeah.
But when you're casting, you kind of want to be smaller and let the game speak for itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Like this moment here, we see the coil, we see the stomp, that's sick. Can Passion turn around? Probably not. We're going to lose a Ringmaster. Batuk will slip away. Echoes will keep poking at him, but it's Tidebound. Good spell casting.
So with the 3.5 millisecond cast of that coil and the ability to overlap that with the...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, I won't do that to you, don't worry. What's Crystallized scoreline?
Are scanning.
1-2-0. Come on, Crystallize, let's go.
We believe in you. This is good. Torment is up. Tidebound going for it, and Passion. Wait. I said it's good, but now I'm not sure. I thought they were going to go sneak Roche, but they're not.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but then when they use smoke, it's like they're already at the pit, so smoking didn't have meaning. They're gonna try and jump puck.
Yeah, they go to the shrine and blow up the puck. That's good. Nice snipe on the puck, but can they now go to Roche? 40 seconds might be enough. Go for it. You've got to try and clamber your way out of this somehow.
I mean, if they want to go for it, it has to be like right now. So the fact they have wasted about 10 seconds of time, it will mean they're probably not going to go for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Poor old Cracker. Still got 3 charges of Black Grimoire, hasn't used a single one.
He just wants to wait until the hype is over. You know?
Okay.
Don't get
Yeah.
biased by other people's opinions on his great work of literary art. It's like I did it with Game of Thrones. You know, I watched the first couple of seasons, then got bored of everyone spoiling it and hyping it up too much. So I
no
waited 2
spoilers.
years until I waited 2 years until I was like, right, I'm going to watch the next 5 seasons.
I only watched episode of 1 with my family. So back when it first came out, my dad was like, I've got this great new show we should watch together, family. I'm like in like secondary school, because he thought it was just like a, some combat thing. We watched the first episode, like 15 minutes in, something happens in it. Yeah. And then my mum just looks at my dad and goes, sorry, what are we watching as a family? Context, we used to watch like Doctor Who growing up, it was like kind of wholesome family TV. And then we all just, my parents went, yep, we fucked up, never watched it again. So I never watched Game of Thrones. Yeah.
So you never went back to watch it at all?
Never watched it in my life. I have no idea what anything happened in that show.
I mean, Shiro's not quite sure what's happening here. He's getting run out by a Primal. Wheel of Wonder over the top. Good damage coming in with a golem dropped onto Shiro as well. Stampede and Stone Gaze trying to get some space with the Centaur Stomp, but Shiro is out of mana, out of life, and dead to QBFY. Passion on the chase now, hungry for a little bit more. They've got the taunt. Stop the TP, Centaur's caught, and another pick-off. 2 big core kills. Potentially leveling the playing field here if they can swing to Roche. This net worth lead is going to drop pretty quickly.
just kind of weird positioning from Tidebound, right? Just kind of in the river. The Medusa gets controlled up for a really, really long time to then eventually die. It was like kind of what, 10, 12 seconds of just control and poking. I understand that Tidebound wanted the Roshan, but feels like they probably should have maybe made like a smoking play, look for the backline. That will be a problem with their draft, right? Is they don't have that clean team fights hero. It's just a lot of outside of Coil, of course. Everything else is like kind of skirmishy pickoff. Let's see, can Echoes take it? Nope.
No, Crystallize gets it. No jump in. But maybe now with a big Coil and Waiting Rift, Echoes trying to start things off. The follow-through is just severely lacking without your Centaur or Medusa, though. So that's 2 massive kills, plus Roche, Aegis for Ursa. Passion more than back into this game. And I don't know, if we have a replay of that fight, I'd love to watch it, because in my eyes, Shiro was free. The Stampede was there, and then Shiro decided to turn around with Stone Gaze and try and fight.
Yeah, like you can see already from the minimap, right? Like he's by himself. You've got the double supports behind him, but the Puck and the Centaur aren't here as of yet. A bit of control comes into play.
Here's the Stampede. Okay, Medusa's stunned. What was that? Gets pushed back in?
I mean, there's no 4 stuff available for Dire, so maybe...
How did she get pushed into the middle of the fight? I couldn't figure that out. And back in live, we've got a pick off on the Warlock and a chase towards Batjuk's axe. Tidebound took that fight real personally as they're going to get in on to Passion. They cancel on the onslaught with the Yules, Boomerang, and the damage is good to find the axe kill. Now Moonlight stranded, being run at by New and Echoes. Tidebound able to turn this one around very quickly. Jeez.
I mean, now Shiro has a team, right? Like, we watched that replay. I think it might have probably been the Primal Onslaught potentially that pushed her.
It must have
Either
been,
way,
right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only displacement available when you check all the heroes. There's no 4 stars on anyone. But anyway, it's like Shiro's by himself, no cause enabled him. Shiro dies, uh-oh. They respawn, they put Shiro at the center of the team with everyone around him and go, you know what? Walk down the lane together, guys. And like, this is what we're mentioning from day 1 Tidebound. Like, where's that conviction? Like right now, when Medusa has these items, I want to see Shiro like screaming out his calls, like, join me, be with me, I win you the game, right?
I'm sure he's been screaming since laning stage when he went 0-2 or 0-3 or whatever it was. I'd be screaming for help. Being run at by a freaking Primal all game.
It's quite annoying. There are 3 beefy boys at any minute will want to delete you. And now the Medusa has Skadi. Like, so tanky.
Bless you.
I did mute, so maybe they didn't hear it, but thank you so much.
Well, you muted on VMix, but not on Discord.
Yeah, well, brother, that's so much clicking. You think I can like double
Do you not have
mute?
You don't have a mixer.
all right.
The one button mute is a godsend.
No, I have the Focusrite one where you don't have any mute buttons.
Just unplug them. Just unplug them.
Just for what?
Hello, jump in from Primal, looking for the backline, but wide breaks free. Crystallizes in, looking for a target with his BKB going, aiming for the new Centaur, but the Golem over, they've got him taken down. Wheel of Wonder placed in onto Shiro as Echoes went looking for the Ringmaster, but now the Skadi slow kicks in. Crystallize dying once and pausing the game. Primal Beast is lagging, apparently.
Gosh, that's awkward.
And what's the play from here? Ringmaster's coiled. Batjuk, does he have Blink ready? We have to save the Ursa for sure. This is Tidebound going up on your high ground. QBFY is dead. Crystallize is going to fall. A sad state of affairs for Passion. They've got buyback on Crystallize, but you don't want to bloody use it here. And now you're looking at a state of the map where all 3 lanes are going to get pushed in by Tidebound.
Damage is just now a problem for Ursa, right? Like, after the kill on the Medusa, he felt like there was a chance of, you know what, I can get that MKB. But then he died, right, at tier 2. Changed back to looking for Nullifier. So that constant item swap up from the Ursa is like, do I want the damage? Do I want that kind of additional utility lockdown where I stop the decreps and the Yules and all this shenanigans? The Crystallize is going back and forth in his item build and yet to really find a big entry to the game. Of course, with the nullifier, I hope for their sake, they look past the Medusa. They keep trying to jump Shiro. They need to find the Pugna. They need to find other heroes.
I'm going to protect this axe now as Passion. Medusa's damage isn't significant through the Crimson, the Pipe, and the saves from Krekker.
I like the Diffusal pickup, right? Getting the Disperser in the future to get rid of Battle Hunger is going to be really good. Both, I mean, all 3 cores on Passion UA have quite a finite mana pool. So
Get rid of bombs as well, honestly.
Yeah, very true. So it's quite a fun little pickup to be able to try and threaten him in the longer fights. And that's the thing, Ursa wants the longer fights, right? You want to like kind of punch, maybe disengage a bit, go back again, like play around your BKB or enrages. So yeah, you lose some mana, then it is going to hurt you greatly.
That was a fight with Aegis for Ursa as well. So it only gets more difficult for Passion to find entry. I think Ursa's about to go into Dire Vision in a moment. He's very close to that Observer Ward. Very close to a DD rune as well.
If he walks to the left, he will be seen, but he goes to the right.
Clever.
Okay, Courier showed.
And disperse the recipe out of here. Tidebound not too bothered about that though. They are setting up to push all the way in towards base, while Echoes finds the Warlock up top. Coil already snapped. And you can try a TP here, but the Hoodwink has come in with a Bushwhack. Plenty of damage to finish off Krekker.
I mean, for Passion, they just need to hope that Tidebound have another moment where they're kind of split on the map, right? Itemization on Primal, he hasn't really scaled into the game. Like the Blink, the BKB, the Veil, it's all just kind of just there.
Wow.
Quite poor.
You could see the lag in his webcam there. When we had Moonlight selected, you could see he dropped to like 10 FPS. So he's definitely having some problems.
Yeah. And you are playing Primal into a puck matchup, right? It's you want to have as many frames as possible to know what you're doing. And there it is.
Yeah,
Here's another disconnect. Yeah.
Might have to restart his router or something as well. Not much you can do in these situations. Yeah, literally just internet problem. Unless you have a backup, like a 4G or a 5G connection or something. Try and plug that in, but yeah, not an easy one. So 16k lead for Tidebound. They're hitting all their items. Is the next move wait for Roshan? Or are we thinking that we can break high ground off of a team fight?
For Tidebound, yeah, it's probably get Roshan, play safe, use the Aegis to cleanly hit the buildings. But, you know, if they get impatient, maybe they want to run it down lanes for a second. I mean, if this was like
Give a chance
Falcons
for
or
Passion
Tundra,
to come back.
yeah. If it was like Falcons or Tundra right now, it's like, you know, the Aegis will be up within 1.5 to 4.5 minutes. Just play for that. Keep pushing the waves in. Build up an extra 2,000-3,000 gold across your team. You also have Disperser and 700 gold for Shiro, so a couple minutes away from that due to his courier being dead. Aegis on the horizon. You got Aghanims, like only a point booster away for the Centaur, like 700 gold now. There is no need to rush on Tidebound. Like, the game is theirs to win.
Crystallize. That's the wrong door to walk through. Stone Gaze is here from Shiro as well to stop the TP. So well set up by Tidebound to kill off the Ursa, who's now dead for 70 seconds. And that could be the signal they needed just to go push top lane.
Radiant are scanning.
In a kill like that, you might go in, tickle the tier 3, remind them of your strength. Shiro's walking down the lane. He is looking.
Do you have buyback? Have you got buyback, Ursa? No? No? Okay. don't know what Bastard can do here alone. Yeah, start with a blink call and then run away. Just try and delay things as much as you can. 30 seconds now for Ursa. 1 minute for Roche. This looks like a lane gone. Meanwhile, QBFY,
Ooh.
yeah, TP cancelled. They dropped the Yules and the coil, so he's able to get an escape action by a little bit of wiggle room, but Planet picks up another killing spree, while Shiro has demolished tier 3, looking at the melee barracks. Tidebound asserting their dominance. With just one core kill, they know they've got all the room in the world. And when Ursa respawns, they might still not be afraid. A blink call from Batyuk. Shiro just goes back to hitting tier 3 tower. I guess the call is just defend the third lane. Don't let them get mega creeps. At this point, it's far too late. Down a hero, unable to really do much. Smoke out and fight for Roche. Just right now, any move Passion makes is telegraph.
I mean, shove
They
the
leave
wave.
the base. Yeah.
Yeah. Shove the wave, you go for Roshan. If you don't shove the wave, you're defending your tier 3. Like, QBFY, you saw them draw on the minimap, right? They want to smoke up, they want to do the long path to get to Roshan. I'm putting heroes under smoke, but they're getting so close to the puck and they'll just break to the puck.
Oh, Echoes. The smoke breaker. And Shiro's going to step forward. Be at the front of the fight. And Echoes will dodge a dagger out of the Ringmaster. Shiro, see, this is what we wanted, more confidence. He's picking on the map, saying, I'm going here. Look at me. Follow Medusa. Keep eyes on. New, he's going to jump on the Warlock to the right-hand side. They've got a catch here with a Golem and a Pulverize on Planet, finding the Hoodwink kill. But Shiro can start opening up now. Skadi slow and crystallized, doesn't get to high ground. The cart is there as well, bringing Medusa back in to kill off Moonlight. Axe will slowly get whittled down little by little as Batyuk is found. A double kill for Shiro. And Medusa far too powerful to contend with right now, and GG called. I felt this one coming for quite a while, but Passion just run out of time. The Medusa hit her items, got there. You can't really beat that. Just like a post minute 20. If he has any friend nearby, I don't know if you can kill him.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it really takes a lot of items and Lifestealer to get the kill. But not only that, it's like the map play. We mentioned how Nyx was the only hero to like hunt and find a hero. Now Sand King is your plan B for that, like your secondary option. Into Anti-Mage, you don't really care about these type of heroes, right? Like you can counterspell and annoy if they don't use Burrow Strike correctly. On top of that, like the wave shove of a puck and an Anti-Mage, just keep pushing in the waves. Like you'll see where Passion UA is because they're gonna have to counterplay this wave shove. So yeah, I can see the map play just being so easy for Tidebound to play. Outside of the occasional, oop, Nyx, I found you a Vendetta. We'll have to, of course, see.
Yeah.
Both teams are
Tidebound
smoked up.
gonna
30 seconds.
reposition with their smoke up north. And Passion going to spread their wings a little bit. And starting from that bottom jungle, just waiting to see who comes up the staircase down there. And both teams looking for any little bit of information that they can find. So early observer wards, yeah, one from the Dire up in that top jungle. Usually indication that they're expecting the Nyx to be wave dragging and they want to be able to see him to disruption up a cliff, up a staircase to stop the wave aggro. And then lane wards mid, watching runes. And then a Radiant Observer ward in that bottom jungle as well. Does that tell a similar story that they're looking for lane dragging, or is that just watching Bounty Rune?
Normally that type of ward is setting up for is there any hero contesting the Bounty Rune, but we'll see if they use it for anything else.
Now Echoes against Moonlight. Sand King versus the Puck. Got a Lifestealer Pugna lane. Feels like it's a little counter synergistic with Lifestealer only doing right click damage.
It just exists. It's like, what do you want to do in lane? Yeah. We'll do what you want, kinda. Just hit creep. I would be surprised if Passion UA get a single kill in this lane.
Very surprised. It's much more likely going to be Telekinesis, Spear back under tower, and a dead Pugna. Well, here's the lane dragging, and here's why, trying to catch up to stop it. So far, lane ward, or this jungle ward, not paying off, because QBFY has gone a super long way around. AM,
Yeah, I've not seen...
Shiro, Courier Micro, QBFY apparently doesn't care.
This is going to give level 3 to Anti-Mage, though, for free, right? Where Batrick is level 1, Anti-Mage holds the wave. There is a world where maybe the Viper could potentially die here. Okay, having to instantly TP. Yeah.
That sucks. So now if he does die as he approaches the next wave, having no TP is going to blow for this Viper.
Yeah. I mentioned how important the first couple waves was for this lane, and the Viper Nix did not set up a way to try and be aggressive. Of course, Batrick, they go for the Nether Toxin to shove the wave.
Does Shiro have perfect CS?
Does he have 12? Yep.
Yeah, he had 12, now it's 13, 14. If he gets these two, it's every creep from every wave. An incredible time. A Lifestealer, on the other hand, 9 and nothing. Mars at 9 and 3. So New getting a couple of denies in there. So far, very, very good for Tidebound. Passion. This is all about playing dishonorably and not playing the lane head-on 2v2 top. Moonlight's dragging wave into the creep camp from that middle lane into triangle. Echo's taking a fair amount of damage though, but we've lost QBFY top as Y gets that first blood, kills the Nyx assassin, and now they force Batrick out of lane as well. This is looking really rough for Passion across the board. Krekker is also dying down south. A 2-0 lead for Tidebound. All 3 lanes being won. You argue Puck and Sand King a draw, but some of Sand King's last hits are from jungle creeps, not lane creeps.
Yeah, it's not the start that you want from Passion UA. Like, you're picking Viper, it's meant to be like the lane bully, the wave shove. None of that is occurring.
Not a lot.
See if they can find a way to recover it, but Shiro also wants aggression, right? He's looking for the full treads. Like, it's not like he's trying to play for like a cornucopia rush or something for the Battle Fury. Like, he's like, you know what? I want to kill you, Viper. I want to find these kind of entries.
My lane's going well. Let's make it go better.
Yeah, why not?
So I've seen you in your pubs and watched your streams. Usually at this point, you feel like you're behind, your draft isn't going well, but you chirp up with a, no, come on boys, we can do it. What's your pep talk here for Passion? Who are you focusing? Who's the guy you're like,
man.
you are carrying us in this game?
I was so scared where you could go with that. I was like, oh no.
Well, honestly, bad?
No, because it's like when you watch your stream, it's like, oh yeah, you're often losing. I was like, oh Gareth, don't do me like that, man. No. No, I think like realistically, if you're trying to be the PMA guy on Passion right now, you're pretty much looking towards Moonlight, right? Because a Sand King with a good game, it just takes one TP when Anti-Mage steps too far down the lane. He gets that Burrow Strike, Epicenter, you're hyping him up. You're like, whoa, you're the fucking guy, yeah! And then, you use that energy, you win the game. So I'm looking at Moonlight. He's my hype man for Passion UA. Also, I realized I've sworn like twice in the last 40 minutes, so I'm gonna chill.
Well, you don't want our rating to go from PG-13 to R.
You never know. If it does, then the cast would get a lot more interesting.
What is it? PG-13, you get 1 F-bomb. I think if you go over that, there's maybe a 15
we
or
are past
16.
that. I have solo-handedly pushed the rating up on this cast. But it's always been for the hype. It's always for the energy.
Whew. It's got purpose.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's never an empty swear. Never.
Well, it seems like with all the wave dragging and stuff, Viper isn't completely out of things anymore. He's found himself 21 last hits.
I don't know what you're on about, mate. His quick buy just says boots of travel. That looks awful. He has double circuit, double branch, brown boot, windlace, and his quick buy is like, yes, boots of travel is the option here.
And crystallizing Krekker onto planet. New with a rebuke. Can we save the Rubik? He's under tower and Crystallize has to dive for it. So they trade out support for support, and now the coil snapping means Crystallize in all sorts of trouble. With a double kill for New, Passion go a step too far, not respecting the potential for that puck to rotate. Because we had just seen the Sand King playing in that top jungle. Echoes was wide open to make the move.
Yeah, Just the lack of anything happening on the sidelines of Passion UA means Echoes has this freedom, right? He's like, I can join. I can go make the move if I want to. He does. In the sports not Passion UA need to make sure they contest this 7-minute wisdom. Both being level 3. An underleveled Nyx, an underleveled Pugna, it really hurts your game.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So we'll see where they want to go. Again, Moonlight does have an inventory and they're smoking up. There are 2 scans available for Tidebound. They use one, they miss.
Radiant's top
And
tower
Planet.
is under attack.
As they figured this out, New now sees Cracker, and they understand the invasion is happening. So they'll go for the trade on the left-hand side. Just let Passion take this. Don't fight head into it. You're not bringing the puck across. AM and Shadow Demon are over there getting the other Wisdom Shrine.
Is under attack.
So Passion at least get one of them.
Radiant's structures
But it also means Puck has had free farm to push in that mid-wave. And now transfer some of that energy up towards top where Viper could potentially die. But down at bottom, Moonlight, thinking about the epicenter, pinned up against the tree while New and Planet hold on to this tier 1. Crystallize had set up a catapult wave to do a little bit of damage there. But a dire ward up top sees exactly where Batyuk is. He's got a good read on this though, knowing the puck is missing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Moonlight can just come back to sit mid, try and... It looks like he's going to be skipping out on the treads for now and try and rush into that blink, knowing how important he is in this game. He will not get his hands on the 8-minute rune, though. And things do slow down a little bit. So Viper can start recovering. Sand King and Lifestealer start to head towards their items. And it's just this Anti-Mage is rushing ahead of them. Very quickly getting to Battle Fury.
Okay, it's going to be like a 10-minute Battle Fury potentially on the Anti-Mage.
Well, on top of treads, yeah.
Yeah. Very, very quick. Yeah,
And Echoes is
some stacks,
contesting.
yeah.
Poor Moonlight just wants money for Blink.
I mean, the fact is, he's also going for like the naked blink, right? A lot of Sand Kings we see will go for like treads or phase boots. Like they go for a boots early. They're going onto Batyuk.
Yeah,
Force
forcing a
out the
reaction
life to
out.
the TP. Yeah.
Crystallized TPs, and they can't catch up to Y. Shadow
It's
Demon's
5
out there.
heroes here at 9 minutes.
Yeah. Like on one hand, I want to say that's a good reaction. Like props to Passion for bringing numbers, but Tidebound just say, okay, hands off, we back up, and now we bring the TPs to react to your reaction. 3-man arena. Moonlight misses his Burrow Strike. New trying to break free, but the damage comes in from Shiro and New, blowing up the Sand King. Coil out from Echoes as Nyx and Pugna all caught up in it. Lifestealer pops out of his little creep to try and backstab into the line of Tidebound, but it's been held pretty well. Shiro and Echoes can come back in for another round of spells, a flurry of damage, finding the pick off onto Batyuk, only losing the planet Rubik, while Cracker might still get gone on here. They don't have any more stuns or slows. I'll give up on that, but Tidebound a resounding victory around their tier 1.
Yeah. Passion, they brought 5 heroes top. They felt that desperation, right? Like the TP in, they don't get anything from it. The lifesteal is there. Then go for the tier 1 towers. It's a very scripted, obvious play. And that's where Mars just TP's in, hugging the tree line. I think the vision, though, from Y. He placed this observer just south of the tier 1 tower. That opens up for the 3-man arena. And once again, Passion UA, they fall short. But it's not as if they're making any big moves. They're reacting to the aggression, not connecting, kind of making that like they expected. It's contest the 7-minute wisdom. We expect it. Take the tier 1 tower after you 5-man TP or like 5-man rotate. We expect it. And that's where Tidebound are like, all right, cool. We're ready. And when we talk about the Battle Fury, he's 300 gold away. It's gonna get into his inventory midway through the 11-minute mark, but that is exceptionally quick for an anti-mage, especially because he also went for the treads. That is a very, very spooky time now. In Crystallize, we see on the screen here, well, only a talisman towards Radiance if he wants it. Like, still missing, half the gold required.
A long journey for him. But like you said in the draft, it's unlikely that he's going to die in these kind of situations. It will take 3-4 heroes to boot him out of lane. So he can continue farming, but that acceleration of the AM is going to pick up so freaking quickly. There's also this Puck has had a free game. Echo's so
Very
far
free,
just having the time of his life. And again, you're only really worried about like Carapace into Burrow Strike. Outside of that, there's nothing that's going to stop your movement in the team fights.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
QBFY scouting. Sees new and planet. And we'll start off on the Mars. Epicenter and Burrows here as well. Planet not really offering too much to help his buddy. Lifestealer also going to wander over inside the Thunderhide. Well, Echoes looking for that 12-minute rune. Picks up a DD. Quick little telekinesis. Drag back. Planet puts the Lifestealer closer to him. The Crystallize on the run now as Moonlight went in. A disjointed effort here from Passion. And Tidebound going to be glad to not lose any further members. Shiro's AM is like 12 minutes in. Yeah, I'm ready, boys. Let's go. What the hell's an anti-mage doing here? We're killing Sand King. Here we are. Coil into Slapdown. Echoes and Shiro pair up to get a kill. Blink away from AM. Gets him to free safety. While New has an Arena Spear on the Viper. A double damage puck opens up. 2 in a row. Tidebound like on a roll now. Coming with that momentum from game 1 into game 2. It feels like I don't know, Passion are just not playing Dota.
Yeah, they're just kind of lost in the moment, right? I think between some of the laning choices that they made, of course the draft hasn't helped them with the first pick Viper into then a lot of heroes that like playing into Viper. It's just uncomfortable for them. For Moonlight, but 40 seconds away from another epicenter. We'll see if he can just find something with it. But the problem with Sand King is, as the game progresses, does he have enough damage to kill Anti-Mage? No. Does he have enough damage to kill a Puck by himself? No. What if there's a Shadow Demon there with a Disruption save, or a Rubik with a Glimmer or a Lift? Like, it's not the perfect Sand King game where he can, just 1v9 and take over. Of course, in the highlight, we just see Viper also rocking up very late to the fight. Boots are traveling in, and then just dying. Maybe QBFY can find some magic on the next assassin, find a couple Vendetta pickoffs to bring that PMA to the squad. But they need something. They need a little glimmer of hope.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They really are reliant on the 2 little bugs on their team, aren't they? The Nyx and the Sand King got to scurry around and just look for anything they can find. It's just a difficult task when you've got to move like this from Y. Demonic Purge sets things up on Crystallize with Echoes and Planet both here. Coil, Silence, easy as you like. Look who's nearby as well. Hey, Shiro's joining all these fights.
He's looking. Soon to be 007, currently 006, but yeah. He's got the mob with mask, he's always present on the map. He's got the chipped vest. Like, he is very happy to live in the jungle and be present. Do feel bad though for Crystallize. He presses the rage and he was like 7 mana short for the TP, so he just kind of walked around in circles. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Moonlight. I'm hearing it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Thinking about that mid lane. Kreko just takes the tower though. QBFY, here we go. Started out for Moonlight to move on to New again. But a deja vu as they find the Mars the second time in quick succession. Quick little pick on the Rubik as well, doesn't hurt. They've got to follow this up to high ground though. Planet, found by the QBFY stun. That's what's required out of Passion. And now, it looks simple and straightforward, but as the game progresses, these individual pickoffs get harder and harder to find, never mind finish.
Yeah, and if you look at the minimap, right, the vision that Passion UA have is actually really good for them. They got a couple deep wards. There's no sentries really in play to find the Nyx. They do find him here because he didn't have Vendetta and he's just kind of walking around. But at the moment, the current map state, Nyx Assassin should be able to thrive. But again, this death will send back. I do like the fact that Mars is thinking about yours though. He does complete it. Like when you have Sand King, Viper, Nyx like kind of walking into you, one Yules to combo break, even keeping yourself alive. Like if there's a mislayering of stuns, Mars can just feel just a tad more confident in these engagements.
How does it work against Lifestealer Rage? Can you still Yule's Spear, or is the Rage going to happen pre-Spear?
I'm pretty sure you can always Rage.
Okay. So I remember that was something we used to test a lot with like OD Astral and Nyx Carapace, and the Rage and BKB always happened like the tick before, because they're instant cast.
Yeah, because like if you're slept by Bane, you just press BKB, don't press anything else, and then when the arrow hits, the BKB goes off, right? So
yeah, my
assumption is it's still the same case, but I haven't tested it recently.
Looking for another use case for the Yule Scepter on top of the great defensive capability it gives. And here comes New. Very forward position from Passion, looking for the anti-mage kill. It's a lot of damage to dump into Shiro, but he blinks back to safety for now. Echoes comes in with New, looking at the Viper, and an Arena down, does catch a couple inside, but Shiro did die. They found the AM pickoff, and now it's time to try and escape as Passion. Batuk has fallen. Yules on the Nyx Assassin, and Disruption over towards the Sand King will secure a couple of cross kills there, giving a 3-for-1 trade Tidebound's way.
Okay, and one thing to note with anti-mages, with the counterspell, both Nyx Assassin Impale and Sand King Barrow Strike are just ground-based stuns, so they won't be reflected. So I think Shiro is kind of stepping up, going, yeah, I'm really confident, I'm really strong, but he just gets chained, controlled down, not able to really reflect anything. If the Sand King, though, was to use the Barrow Strike that targets the hero, not the ground, then sure, it would reflect, but Moonlight isn't messing around with that.
17.5-minute Radiance on the Lifestealer. This discussion comes up a fair amount with the Abaddon we've seen a lot of recently, where you miss out on your timing quite a lot. But I think Lifestealer, a bit of a stronger hero, having this Radiance with the Rage and the Infest, could maybe still find his place in this game.
Yeah. And into Anti-Mage, he's even going for a Soul Ring on Lifestealer, right? He always wants to have that mana available to just pop Soul Ring, press in Rage, or press Infest. Ooh. QBFY utilizing Scuttle to run away from Demonic Purge. And Lifestealer's even TPing into mid.
Yeah, Planet's pretty wide open here. Echoes, and he's just going to jump away. Still have a Telekinesis and a Fade Bolt. Catching Nyx Assassin out. Infest there to save him up. Coil snap, but Carapace turns it back. Echoes jumps forward, but Moonlight misses the Burrow Strike. Oh, it's rough execution from Passion. Shiro has joined in here, looking for any stragglers, but he's actually walked past Vision and goes to farm jungle, giving an opportunity, but he blinks away. Just about slips out of their grasp. Passion, they just can't catch a break. And they're going to lose the Nyx Assassin for this as well. A good defensive scatter into good attempted aggressive play. But yet again, they just get picked apart.
Yeah, it feels so bad for QBFY, right? Like he finds the anti-mage, but doesn't get the stun. Then he walks to go D-ward, thinking it's safe, and he dies. Then his courier dies. It's like all three things just negative for Nexter. We'll have to make sure he just brushes that off very quickly. This is not a stage of the game where you can think about these things. You've got to think about the next play very, very quickly. Anti-mage completes Manta. Sand King completes the Aghanims. Some more pick-off potential for Moonlight, just buffing up that epicenter, doing more damage. He just needs to find that entry.
Another attempt here around a 20-minute rune spawn. Cracker has overplayed his hand though. And a 2-man arena from New is going to catch both supports, in fact. And you're trying to guard the rune, but instead it's AM who grabs an illusion. You lose 2 supports. And the Tormentor is up, so Tidebound could go over there. While Passion don't really have a team lineup that can sneak a Roche to counter it.
It would have been nice if Passion knew it conceded the active rune, but played for the Tormentor, right? Like, have this Aghanims, smoke the Sand King up there, throw him in, like 1v5. Like, what happens here? What if there was an epicenter on top of them right now? You're probably killing 2. Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, Passion wasn't thinking about like the comeback play. They're playing in the moment of just, do the motions. It's an even minute. Go contest the rune. Blah 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 blah. Like they're not thinking, all right, we're probably down 5,000-6,000 gold. Like, what's our moment? Support's kind of just getting dragged around the map.
Crystal is having some difficulties with the creeps. He rages and gets rooted. Now he's inside one of these prowlers. He's raging in 5 seconds, but he's coiled up here, leashed and mana burn. Yeah, you can see him there. He knows. Dips his head, clenches his fist. He's trying to find something on a dead map. It's just very difficult to do anything. And now T, we're talking about the Sand King, the magic damage of Passion. You just click on new and see he's got the type.
Yeah, it's very, very scary. You know,
easy rotation
solo
on the
Yep, very nice, very nice. Now ages for Shiro. I mean, it's always quite a nice scan to do. It's the ooh, there's Nyx in the game type scan.
Now Passion are set up in position here. That's a good go on the puck, but this is an infested puck with Rubik inside, so Echoes survives while Planet is left stranded to die. And the rest of Tidebound trying to come back up here to defend tier 2. And Passion's still finding this little nooks and crannies to hide in, start out fights with the Nyx Assassin. But there just never seems to be the second part of the plan. This might be it though. But another go on Echoes. Well, Cracker has already fallen and the puck just phase shifts and jaunts away. While this arena has held people in place for Shiro to move forward onto Moonlight. The Viper is going to stop Shiro from chasing, but Echoes just dives straight back in. Finds the Nyx Assassin kill, keeps tabs on Batchuk and Crystallize. They're not going to chase it though. Tidebound kind of respecting this tanky and annoying lifestealer.
I'm surprised Shiro didn't just go crazy in that fight. He has the Aegis. Like, Sand King had no mana. Viper doesn't really do anything to the anti-mage outside of Viper Strike, so Shiro being very, very careful with his Aegis. I feel like I'm just trying to think, like, who would have gone in there? Like Doratio? He'd have been in the middle of that fight.
Yeah, he would. Aggressive from CDEC. He would have gone in as well.
Oh, that's a name. Oh, that's a name. Yeah.
It's so funny, people always talk about Doratio and these sacrificial carry players. I think you've always got to mention Aggressive, because he was the OG. Before Twin Gates existed, he was level 6 Gyro TPing to the off lane and finding kills. Hang on, Echoes, 500 health remaining, has a coil and an orb, but the Moonlight Burst Strike is here. Sand King coming in clutch to find a pickoff.
All right, that's one down. Like 12 to go. Good thing with Passion is
number.
yeah, it's so they can get the even kill score. If Sand King can get BKB, Viper has BKB. Like, there is a world in which you just don't care about Mars anymore, right? You don't care about Puck. The problem is, like, you don't die, but then do you kill anything? Like, it's always going to be the argument when you have really early BKBs. Ooh, White.
And QBFY has really pulled this game up by its bootstraps. And he's going to come in with an arena though. Shiro, damage on the Sand King is good, and the Epicenter does nothing through the pipe and the magic resist of this anti-mage as he goes back in onto the Pugna. A nosedive forward. A life drain cancelled as Planet backs up. That stolen Epicenter to stolen Nether Toxin could undo Batchuk's efforts, and Crystallize just being annihilated by Echoes. And Passion bleeding out now. They got a kill on a Rubik. But for that, they will pay the ultimate price of a 5-man wipe, it looks like, as QBFY is going to get pounded. The Shadow Demon Y, he's going to survive. They move back in to take him down. Cracker's Pugna, the only one surviving, but QBFY died back.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Oh, I felt kind of bad for QBFY in the cast there, because you're about to hype him up, and I looked at the minimap and I was like, uh-oh, don't do it, Gareth, don't do it.
When the Mars came in, I was like, ah, shit.
What have you done?
I got so excited for a moment. Just like, yeah, QBFY, you know, he's doing so well, finding openings, and then swarmed. Full on swarmed.
It's like 5 seconds later after the Nyx comes in, it's like there's the arena, then there's Anti-Mage, of course, and blowing up the Sand King who's stuck inside the arena. They have the detection down, so yeah, it's 14,000 gold lead at the 26-minute mark. You never want to say that when there's an Anti-Mage on the team which has the gold lead. Normally it's Anti-Mage on the losing team, right? Like chasing his next item. Like, I'm sorry team, I'm sorry for picking Anti-Mage.
Yeah. And it's not a game that you can just tap out early.
Oh,
What's happened back
yeah,
in life?
true. Yeah, he was like 100 HP, but got the infest on the creep. Yeah, tapping out early in this game would mean Passion UA are like 99.99% not making it to playoffs.
Yeah. You need to
But
play
there's
until
still
the
that-
very end.
Yeah. There's that slim hope, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they've shown they can find these little openings, you know, setting up with QBFY, Moonlight nearby, and now Crystallize playing with his team, at least feeling a little bolder and stronger. Just a sad state of affairs when Lifestealer is the bottom of the cause in terms of net worth.
Radiant's
And Tidebound are running down 2 separate lanes, aiming for your base already.
are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
No Roshan for 2.5 minutes though. So it might be a case of Tidebound prepping mid and bot, and then playing through top. There's a tier 1 and a tier 2 there. Wisdom Shrine, access to enemy ancients. New will start things off by TPing and looking at the Cracker Pugner. Echoes will come and gather up the kill. The chase is on though. Echoes has moved in very aggressively there, but the lack of stuns apparent as it's just a Nyx Assassin to stop him. And there's 2-man coil into attempted snap, not going to fully work. And Cracker isn't going to buy back. Was that a dodge, a face shift dodge of a Sand King stun? It looks like Echoes is going to break free of them, and Shiro blinking. Thinking about blinking forward. Where did he even go?
Blink.
He went down
He's
south.
off to go hit mid tower.
So he is.
He wants to go force him back.
You think your glyph will stop me? Echoes is just having such a... Like, this must be such a fun game for him. He's being very vocal. He's been very difficult to kill. Only dying once here, and finding an opening on QBFY removes so much potency from Passion. We've been talking about how this Nyx Assassin is a be-all, end-all of starting teamfights or ending it for them. And now Batuk has to BKB up, trying to nosedive back to his high ground. Oh, Moonlight misses the stun, completely whiffs it. Save out of the Shadow Demon onto the Mars. He's broken shore, but the arena's here, holding them all back. Moonlight and Crystallize trying to get into their base and hide in the fountain, but Shiro comes for you.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Without your Sand King, without your Nyx Assassin, I don't know what you can do. You buy back on the Viper to maybe delay this, but you're going to lose a lane.
It's going to be at worst a mid lane. Luckily for Passion UA, their tier 1 off lane is still alive, so that might give them a bit of protection. Another fight in them. They take the melee racks, they disengage. And Roshan might respawn in 20 seconds. For Tidebound though, they win every single team fight if they just play it on their terms. Don't allow Nyx Assassin to find a pickoff. And we are just minutes away from Tidebound getting a 2-0, their first series win in the Swiss stage.
Cracker's going to die back.
Yeah, he's on a ward right now, so... No, okay, he TP'd. He's fine.
I thought Shiro would find him. But it is a fast row spawn. Down in the bottom pit. So pretty ideal for Tidebound.
The battle continues.
Are we going for this? Shiro feels it coming. And he's going to bring his reinforcements in as well. Oh, Batuk. So Batuk bought back. QBFY does not have buyback if he dies here. They see the Pug trying to carapace through the orb, but New finds the opening. Immediate Blink Arena Spear on the Viper. Half HP already on Batuk, and Shiro comes in to clear up the mess. Infest, the save of the BKB turn. Hang on a second, they need disruption to buy time for the AM. With the epicenter arriving, Shiro is going to get out of there. Surviving as Passion don't lose anyone just yet. Echo's going for another jump in to poke at his next assassin, a spear across, but the carapace was up, so a turnaround burst strike. The Mars might be in trouble. A rebuke to push him back, a two-man stun from QBFY, finds pick off on 2. Echoes does blow up Moonlight though, but Crystallize, this Lifestealer, full resources, munching on the anti-mage while the Pug is still trying to finish off the Pugner and will do so with a double kill. Up on the high ground, he's not safe up here though. QBFY, straight back in. 2 core kills and a support. Passion, there's life left in them yet.
Okay, when the life is allowed to click, then it's a pretty decent opportunity, right? And Viper as well, doing some decent damage there. The main thing is forcing the anti-mage back to base. That is the key thing there. And for Crystallize, right? If you can get the BKB, after the BKB, I'm looking at maybe like a MKB for the Butterfly or like a Basher just for a bit more lockdown. But you know, we're gonna see the replay here, right? Like, it's another arena to set up. They do go on the Viper, but one of the tankier heroes. And nice little infest to keep him alive. So yeah, Crystallize. A very, very quiet game from him. Moonlight does miss another Bar Strike, but we don't need to talk about that. It's very good from Crystallize, keeping the Viper alive, and yeah, that's the clutch plays that we haven't seen from Passion UA so far in this series. But every single time they go for a kill, just constantly saving, constantly just barely living. Can
so
Passion UA create this again? Yeah.
It's so important that they don't lose these heroes who bought back either, because that could be, you know, another lane or just Roshan. But yet again, it is literally, it's literally just QBFY. QBFY is doing everything here for them. And he's smoked up in the mid lane looking for something more. Playing alongside the Sand King. As Crystallize and Cracker actually lead out towards the Roche pit. The scan up to high ground gives them the info. Somebody is lurking up on the staircase. They're going to go in for this. QBFY starts. Dual Scepter from the Shadow Demon. A stun out onto Y as well. Crystallize looking to open up onto Y, but Disruption now buys him time as Moonlight pumps the epicenter, turning it back onto just a position 5 kill. Shiro's going to dip away with his Abyssal Blade used on the Nyx so he can escape. And that's Passion using the majority of their resources here just to get a support kill.
But they're putting that dominance down. They want to play for Roshan, and to be down 70,000 gold and to play like this, that does take, you know, the confidence that we've wanted to see from both of these teams coming into the series. And now a smoke up from Tidebound.
You've got double BKB on Viper Lifestealer, so you've still got these tools to play around with. And Crystallize going to pop it to turn around on the Rubik. Arena Spear, though, catches the 2. Nyx and Lifestealer in trouble. Yule's in the sky. Crystallize turns the fight. Healed up by the Pugner. The Life Drain comes into play big time. Echoes will cancel it out now, but it's too late. They kept Crystallize alive, forced Shiro out of the fight. As Nyx Assassin trying to carapace and blink away, but it's not going to be there for him. Dead for 50 seconds now. And Tidebound, are 5 alive momentarily and look towards the Roche pit again.
I mean, Tidebound, they've got to stop Cracker from sucking. My guy, he's just entering the fight, and he's looking at a core, and he's just full sending this life drain. Like, it is helping Passion UA so much. But now they concede the pit. Now Tidebound walks into the pit, and you can see from positioning of Passion UA, not looking to contest it. So after all this like intensity of leaving the base, finding the pickoffs, Cracker having the positioning to buff his team up, they do concede another Aegis.
And this is now Shiro with Aegis and BKB. Right, the BKB has been visibly lacking in these last team fights, but now he has freedom to stand and fight. Lifestealer working on MKB, but that is still quite distant. Crystallize might be able to get there. It very much feels like a case now of prep work by Tidebound. Send a couple of heroes bottom for that wave. Get it close to where the tier 2 used to be, and then play through top. Echo's puck. This is dangerous. Scrapes away from the attempt out of QBFY again.
It's like it's as if he's playing as if he has the air disc available, and he doesn't. But oh.
Just a madman.
Yeah. And now a shard for Shard Demon. It's kind of okay. Demonic cleanse on like getting rid of decrypt from your teammates. Maybe like open wounds, but yeah, nothing too crazy this game.
The poison attack of Viper. Yeah.
My apologies, actually, yes. It's incredible.
Can you decrypt Yules? Not decrypt. Can you cleanse Yules? You can do it with Oracle Fortune's End, right?
Yes, you can.
And Nullifier.
Let me double check. Is Oracle a basic dispel? Yes, it is. In that case, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
So if you get Yules, we theoretically could see why cleanse it off.
Yeah.
Because that's been a way that this Nyx Assassin has set up sometimes for these team fights, using the puck or the Mars before they get anything going. It's a very fringe use case.
Yeah, we're clinging on here. I'll be real.
We're looking for any little thing to talk about. Because the anti-mage is coming for your tier 3 tower.
There we go.
20k advantage, and this Viper has gone straight in there. Abyssal Blade stun into Arena combo. Baftuk does have buyback, but Crystallize is getting whacked around by this AM. Fast inside the Sand King now, so life drain off the menu as they find QBFY on the left-hand side. Moonlight with his BKB burst strike though, finding Shiro's first life. Anti-mage down, the rest of Tidebound looking to re-enter, but Baftuk has created a brick wall in front of his tier 3. Forcing a disruption save, and getting a burst strike onto New is great. Echo's Eon Disc has already popped, and Puck is trying to disengage now as quickly as possible. Tidebound maybe just biting off a little bit more than they could chew, as Baftuk's buyback was enough to hold the base here for Passion.
Shiro.
Yeah.
He uses the BKB, he initiates, and after the BKB expires, he then blinks in even deeper. What oof. Just crazy stuff from Shiro, just dragging his team in. Like, they got a 22,000 gold lead. They want to they've already blown up the Viper. They should invite Passion away, like, please, come to us. Get to a position where our supports can shine. But Shiro, he jumped so far in. There's no more Rubik, there's no more Shadow Demon. The gold lead just disappears because the heroes are just not present in the fight. And, you know, Shiro, he has to be careful, of course. Anti-mage players, they always feel like they can, you know, find that next kill, find the next big moment, but
They can think they can take on the world, 1v9.
yeah, always. Now Planet and Puck though, they're
Just
dying
dying.
middle. Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
No.
For Tidebound.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
legitimately felt like the game was just about to end, but Passion have somehow been handed on a silver platter a couple of opportunities here to get out on the map. I mean, are we now in a situation where we have to buy back on Puck?
Maybe even the Rubik, right? Like Crystallize, he has the BKB, the MKB. Like if he can get onto an anti-mage, the anti-mage will just disappear through right clicks.
When AM jumps on QBFY, so they find the Nyx blow up first. That's a good use of the BKB. So they don't have to buy back, they hold the base. Now Passion the ones who are running back to try and set up for a trap around Baftuk's Viper, maybe? That's also a big item on the AM. The Skadi is here.
There's big items across the board, right? You got like the Daedalus on the Sand King for that big explosive damage. We already mentioned Lifestealer's items. Viper's Viper. You know, Anti-Mage just got the Skadi. Mars is looking towards a refresher. We haven't really seen him pick up any items recently, but again, the refresher is soon to be coming in. And that's why, you know, sure, he can't go this deep into the fights, right? Like the Shadow, he has an Aghanims, he has Aetherlens, he has the Mystical Enchantment. Like, Shadow Demon wants to cast his ultimates, but you know, if you run too far away from your team, of course it's not possible.
I'm sorry, Daedalus on Sand King. Is this is this the normal stuff?
Yeah, it is, yeah, because your Ag supplies the stinger attacks, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes people go for like Basher and all the like weird buff items for it. I mean,
I
if
guess
you're
I've
a
just seen
support,
so much
you're
of
out of
it, like-
position.
just raw magic damage Sand Kings with the Yules and Lincolns and Lotuses and things like that. I feel like I've rarely seen a Daedalus.
Welcome to 7.39 week. What week are we even in on this patch?
Oh, I don't know.
It's kind of, yeah, I can't remember anymore.
Week 24.
Week forever. The final, but no, of course not. Of course not. All right, smoke up from Tidebound. Here we go. What are they gonna find?
Hopefully not a dive into tier 4s and a team fight loss for their sake. Like mentality-wise, you really gotta tighten up here. Roshan ban on high ground to give vision. That's a good start for New with his BKB in arena. On the back, Shiro aiming for Moonlight, but the Infest is there to save the Sand King. Crystallize will force Shiro to blink away defensively, while the puck is still poking into the back lines, looking for an opening. And they've got the catch on the Sand King still. So Moonlight dead for 80, while the dive into the base, New goes for it by the tier 3, and forces the Moonlight buyback. So Tidebound come out with a victory overall, but they don't get to press into the base yet.
It was a pretty cool start for the fight, right? Because Planet used the Roshan's banner for vision on the high ground, then using that vision could go on the Nyx. It wasn't the cleanest jump from Tidebound though. Like everyone kind of went on different heroes. Cracker still uncontested on the backline, just fully life-streaming up the Sand King. You know, the Sand King, if Pugner wasn't in position, would have just been instantly blown up. But you can see from just the fight recap there, it was just full retreat from Passion Away. Just survive, survive, survive. That is the thing with Tidebound. If they ever get the jump, you are just deleted.
But now we've got to be patient. We've got to wait for refreshers to come off cooldown. Wait for BKBs to come back up as well. And QBFY doesn't want to wait. He wants to press the issue here with his infested Nyx Assassin. And re-smoking with a couple of buddies as well.
Radiant are scanning.
And we're now 30 seconds out of next Roshan. Passion playing up towards the top though. It feels like this is now just entirely buyback status. Who has it, who doesn't? Who can boost the travel back in? Who has defender's advantage? Passion don't have Sand King or Viper. They will have Lifestealer Pugner, and Nyx Assassin will have his soon as well. This is all about Passion reacting to what Tidebound are bringing to them. Still a 21k lead. Still feeling very potent with this 4, 1, and 20 anti-mage to find the jump on Crystallize. The Lifestealer is blown up. Has buyback. Might not have to use it though, because Roshan's available here for Tidebound.
In these slower portions of the game, right, you're always chasing, like, can I go for that camp? Like, you don't have the freedoms of the mid-game where, you know, you're able to be cheeky and keep going, but Crystallize, he farms the camp. He doesn't even have vision on the high ground ward. That's occupied by Tidebound, and they use that vision beautifully to get a free Lifestealer kill, a free Aegis. You know, point in the game where we were talking about how this 21,000 gold lead, it honestly was quite deceptive with how Tidebound was, you know, struggling in some of the fights, but you put an Aegis back on the anti-mage, as long as he doesn't dive into tier 4s.
Yeah.
Surely this is now where Tidebound can close out this game.
So AM has 2 lives. Puck has kind of 3.
Sure. Some cheese, Aeon Disc, refresher. Yeah, kind of feels like a lot of life.
Plus Mjolnir, double Aghanim's Dream Coil.
Oh.
They're gonna jump on the Nyx Assassin. QBFY disappears there under New and Shiro. The second lane of barracks falling pretty quickly, and we are yet to see buybacks out of Passion. Lifestealer is up in 10. The idea is defend tier 4s, defend that third lane of barracks, as Tidebound will reposition to move up top. Shiro. BKB in backpack. Aegis there for 4 minutes. Plenty of time to play around with, as Nyx Assassin will buy back. And Tidebound being quite tentative with their approach. And a starting stun gonna get countered out by the disruption of the Shadow Demon. Shiro still pretty happy just to stand there and take it. Doesn't blink away. Here's the tier 3 a couple more times. Posing this threat and asking the question, Passion, what are you gonna do about me? You're gonna jump in. Well, my Echo's Puck and new Mars gonna jump in first. You don't catch the AM, we catch you. Cyclone from QBFY, the burst strike in from Moonlight. Shiro at half health, but he's been saved up by the bubble again. They turn on to New instead. BKB does not protect him, and the Shiro AM is opening up. The Sand King is in danger, but he's healed by the Pugna. First life out for Anti-Mage is gone, and 3 cores still standing strong from Passion UA. Viper breaks free. Shiro goes in deep, though, to take down Batuk at long last. A double kill for him. A couple of buybacks out of Passion, and surely now the tier 3 is going to fall. Some more decreps, and Crystallize trying as he might. For the Radiance burn and the mischance now. A buyback from Batyug, but this AM goes deep. Nearly finishing off. He does finish off Moonlight. Gone for 100. Batyug in trouble as well as Crystallize tries to stand his ground and fight with this Shiro AM. He just got so much strength. The might of magic is shut down by Shiro. Mega Creep's on the menu. GG is on the menu here as Tidebound will force Passion to tap out.
Oof. The Tidebound, though, the end of that game was a little squeaky. There was a couple moments where maybe Passion UA could have done it, but gotta feel bad for Passion UA. They